This dude was so mad at Armored Core, he actually he obliterated his controller. More on that coming up. I haven't played Armored Core 6 too much, so I probably shouldn't form too much of an opinion on it yet, but so far from what I have played has been pretty freaking awesome. Like, it's sick, it's fun, it's cool. I like it. However, Dexerto writes, Armored Core 6 players claim devs lied about making Armored Souls. Let's see what they say. In a department from recent Souls games, From Software has released Armored Core 6, a natural continuation of one of the company's most popular franchises. However, some longtime fans feel it relies too heavily on Souls mechanics that devs have become renowned for in the last decade. Armored Core 6 has been long overdue, but it's finally here. It's been exactly 10 years since Armored Core Verdict Day was released, and the wait is over. From Software has returned to the franchise that helped build the studio's reputation. Little else needs to be said about the impact and success of the Souls genre. Bloodborne, Sekiro, and Elden Ring are some of the most revered titles in recent memory. I like how it's like Souls genre and they didn't name like an actual like Dark Souls game. It's like Bloodborne, Sekiro, Elden Ring. It's funny. But I mean, obviously those are like Souls games, but you know, they could have said Dark Souls 3 or something. Yet many still yearned for a new AC game, Armored Core. Those wishes have been granted thanks to Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. The game is certainly satisfying the craving of many who have been campaigning for a new entry. Its mech massacring mayhem isn't sitting well with everyone, though. Criticism is being directed toward the game for maybe not distancing itself from recent Souls games enough. Saying fans claim From Software lied through their teeth about Armored Core 6. Writing, as it stands, Armored Core 6 has an impressive 84% positive review rating on Steam. Yesterday, I think it was at like 82% when I checked, but continuing. This is based on over 4,000 reviews, and the player base is largely enjoying the title. According to Reddit user ChaoticXEDM, though, not everyone is happy. 50% of the bad reviews on Steam are because people can't beat the tutorial boss. One user replied saying, there is still a huge learning curve for me, or maybe it's because I don't want to spend money on gear just yet, because I don't know what to start with. But giving a game a bad review over a difficult boss is just childish. Okay. I don't think I'm a great Souls player or Armored Core player, but I did beat that boss on the first try. If anyone's struggling on it, like all you got to do is just move around constantly and shoot. Like, just don't stay in one spot. I think if people are actually struggling on it that much, maybe they also forget that they can heal. I don't know if they got the memo that they can heal 3 times. Kind of seems like maybe if I had to take a guess, they were like forgetting that or something. I did have to heal twice against that boss, I will admit. But yeah, I mean, doesn't seem that difficult to like not be able to beat it. I don't know. Oh, and also, I didn't have any upgrades on my AC at that point in the game. I don't even think you can. Like, the tutorial boss, I don't think the shop's open yet at that point, so it's not an upgrade issue. Anyways, moving on. Now, here's the Reddit post they're talking about. 50% of the bad reviews on Steam are because people can't beat the tutorial boss. Before we continue the article, let's just check this out real quick. Might be interesting to see some of the responses in the full thread. With over 1,300 upvotes, 50% of the bad reviews on Steam are because people can't beat the tutorial boss, lol. So I've been going through the negative reviews on Steam, and I'd say about half of them are people seething that they tuned the tutorial boss up to 11. Haha, it's been pretty comical reading them all. Top responses. It is a shame that they got beat up by a helicopter instead of an AC. RIP. First AC fight is fun, by the way. Also, a good money farm. I accidentally found that out because I was trying to get the S rank for it, but kept getting A rank. Task failed successfully. Yes, lol. RIP. All he wanted was a call sign. Guy was on delivery duty. Worst day of the job imaginable. Okay, yeah, it's funny they bring that mission up because I actually did farm that a little bit yesterday. You can beat that mission in like 60 seconds. You like spawn in and instantly fight this novice AC pilot in a pretty rudimentary AC. And yeah, you just like jump the dude as he's trying to do something else. And just freaking take him out. But yeah, it's a pretty good mission to farm. We'll read like one more of these, then get back to the article. All right. Bro, just wait until they get to Baltius. Compared to him, the tutorial boss is nothing. Yeah, I saw a lot of AC people talking about Baltius, and that dude was like getting a lot of people stuck. I haven't made it to him yet, so I can't comment on that. But I did see people saying that if you use the sword, that helps. And I still use the sword in my build, so that might help, provided I don't change it. But you can always like change your build mid-game anyways, like whenever you want. They actually make it really easy to swap stuff. Actually, as this person says right here, you can sell parts at 100% value, so you can just buy and sell things until you find a combination that works for you. And back to the article. The game's first level does indeed feature a boss, they say, the AH-12HC helicopter, and it certainly will test players in the way that Wu Long's tutorial boss did. Here's an example of one such Steam review based on the first boss, courtesy of Steam user Vexler. Alright. Gameplay just feels meh. The gunplay doesn't feel impactful. The mech is kinda floaty. Combat feels weird with pew pew pause long game loop. Most things are just one shot, then suddenly you're against a bullet sponge in the sky, and to do any real damage you need to melee. So you fly into its face, swing, then pause. Again, weird combat flow. In this boss fight, it will also go out of bounds, so you just have to eat its shots while it comes back into the fighting ring to build stagger bar. Melee again, rinse, repeat. Yeah, the out of bounds thing is weird. That might be a fair point. I've seen other people say they had an issue with that, where like the boss will go out of bounds and like come back into the normal ring, so to speak, the normal area where you can actually attack it. So that shouldn't make it impossible to beat, but it would make it a bit annoying if it's like for seconds at a time going out of bounds. Another review said, FromSoft devs lied through their teeth when they said it wasn't going to be Armored Souls. Longer review. I'm having fun with most of the game, but the boss fights are pretty trash. Wait, that the longer review is one more sentence? Okay. Another user also blamed the Souls influence for alleged shortcomings, saying, I've been a big fan of Armored Core since the second game. I've played up to 4 Answer and V, and I have to say, is it V or 5? Or and I have to say, going into this game, I was really excited to have another Armored Core game to play. Sadly, if this is what you're looking for, this isn't it. This is just Sekiro with an Armored Core paint job, and it suffers for it in my opinion. The talk of difficulty is a constant topic in gaming, especially in Armored Core 6. If you fancy playing something alongside AC6 or want a different experience entirely, here are 5 other titles you should check out. I don't know, man. I don't think all games need to be easy. I think it's okay to have some games that are hard. Like, just make a rotation, right? Maybe you spend 30 minutes on a hard game, you get sick of it, it's too difficult, and then you play a different game for a while. Then you hop back on, make some progress on the hard game, then you go play something easier. Like, there's so many great games out. It seems like it's not that big of a deal if some of them are a bit hard. And then they have like another article. It sounds similar to what we just read. What's this? Armored Core 6 has gamers smashing their controllers. Armored Core 6 players quit and disintegrate controller? What? One player voiced his thoughts on Armored Core 6 difficulty on Twitter, sharing his experience of the Chapter 1 boss. In the tweet, sourced by Iron Pineapple, a content creator in the FromSoft community, another player called Armored Core 6 a stupid freaking game. Looking at the replies to Armored Core 6 Chapter 1 boss tweet, I really thought this was bait, but no, impressive stuff. Dude, wait, what? We gotta pull his tweet up. Look at that. Dude says, smash the PS5 controller and uninstall the stupid freaking game. Last FromSoft game I ever buy, no matter how cool I think it will be. Always a waste of money to get stuck on Chapter 1. Yeah, it's also a waste of money to destroy your controller, dude. And here's the close-up. Man, did a number on that thing. Just completely fell apart. I like how destroying the controller wasn't enough, though. Had to also take a picture of it and tweet about it and put it out on the hashtags and everything. Article pretty much concludes right about here, talking about the situation and people getting filtered and the memes and stuff like this. Foom, 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 foom. Get filtered, get filtered, get filtered. Some of the quote tweets. Final Fantasy 16 gets criticized for being too easy. AC6 gets criticized for being too hard. Simply get under the helicopter, use cover, swing the sword twice instead of once. Dodge. Yeah, if people aren't dodging, it seems like they probably didn't listen to Piccolo enough. And if you get the reference, you get the reference. I'll leave it there. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're playing Armored Core 6, I hope you enjoy. If you're not playing it, I hope you're enjoying whatever game you're playing or whatever you're watching or whatever. Well, I guess you watched this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Appreciate you and your time. I'll see you in the comments and in the next segment.